Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday to you as well. Hope everyone is doing great on this beautiful Monday morning, first Monday of October. I'm wave meteorologist Brian Goode. Welcome to the blog today. Those on my Facebook page are like, were you just trying to go live? Yeah, I had a bit of a false start there. I'm trying to hit the button. Sorry about that. I'm here now. I'm here now. I hope you guys had a good weekend. It was actually not a bad setup at all this past weekend. We had temperatures over average on the warm side into the 80s as expected, and we're going to get even warmer the next few days before we finally have that change that we were talking about on Friday that has been showing up for a while. I believe it's about 2 weeks now, something like that. We've been tracking this change coming our way during this period of October, and it's still on the charts to arrive at some point Friday into Saturday. Actually arrive in two different phases, and it's not the only one that is showing up in October. There's another one showing up as well, which we'll discuss here in just a second. As always, you guys can always comment, questions, concerns, stories you'd like to share, whatever the case may be. You can do so on Facebook, Twitter, X, Facebook, as I mentioned, YouTube, and what's the other one? There's another one, right? Maybe not. I don't know. I can't keep up. Twitch. I think Twitch is on there too. Okay. Well, hope you guys are doing well. What we're going to do today is cover the extended and how this front's going to get us to the cool weather. And then we'll get into some of the specifics. I want to mention, hopefully, that to those of you that saw my page last night, heard from the Freimeyer family yesterday afternoon, and they sent out Dick Freimeyer's winter forecast, the triologist who's been on Johnny Carson, very well known, very lovable guy, funny guy, very he's a talker, that's for sure. Remember, I had a chance to see his family when he passed several years ago, but a great family, and they try to keep the tradition going. And it's always fun. They have their own in-house secret formula they use. So it's fun. Since I was a kid, actually, I remember the Freimeyer forecast coming out. Mom would just, as you all have already mentioned that you do yourselves, Mom would just clip it out of the paper and put it on a magnet on the refrigerator. And I would just keep track of it. You know, it's difficult to do a forecast that long out, that specific, but it was intriguing to me as a kid that someone was doing that. And I still think that's, if they didn't have that coming out every year, it'd be just kind of weird. It would just be weird. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about or new to the area, I would just suggest you kind of Google it. Watch the video that when he's on Johnny Carson, Dick Freimeier, and again, it will explain a little more of why everyone that has been here for a while gets so excited when the Freimeyer winter forecast comes out. Still working on our winter forecast, by the way. That will be out coming, of course, Halloween night. Oh, boy. All right. A lot of pressure this year on this one, it feels like. Let's get you outside. Beautiful view right now in downtown Louisville, looking from Kentucky Kingdom. A lot of, kind of a hazy sky. I wouldn't say a lot of blue sky yet. It's hazy out there. The trees have kind of slowed down a bit after a nice little jump start with those lows that we had in the 40s and 50s the first couple of weeks of fall right around the time of Bourbon and beyond. That really accelerated the fall color. And now we've got just a lot of the drought showing up more and more. The rain that we had recently, I don't think it's really done as much as I was hoping it would. So far, the colors have not been as bright as I would like to see. But hey, maybe this weekend we will get some more color. The problem is with the weekend is that I do think we will get wind this weekend, and we may have a leaf stripper come into the area, and that's not good because that would just keep us busy on trying to do some raking, right? Right now it's quiet. In fact, so quiet. I got the visible satellite on, but you can't even tell. Can't even tell what's going on. There's nothing there. So let's get rid of the satellite and just look at the nation as a whole, and you can see that overall a good chunk of the lower 48 is indeed quiet at the moment. Most of your action is around Florida. Still a little bit of tropical activity that we'll have to keep an eye on the Gulf the next couple of weeks, see how that plays out. If there's anything that may form out of that, we may have a couple of waves that may try to drag some of that tropical moisture and be thrown in the southeast, which I think is going to be a familiar storm track for the upcoming winter. But we may see that action change toward mid-October. But other than that, relatively quiet. There is snow falling into the Rockies. Once again, it's the higher elevations. Not too uncommon to see that this time of the year. So at least some that are on fall break there, which I know is fall break for many schools, including here at JCPS. So hopefully if you have a chance to do a little bit of sightseeing out there. Some people go to the beach right now. Not me. I would go to a ski resort. Okay, I'm going to show you Futurecast. I'm going to breeze through this fast because there's not really anything to show. It's quiet. Upper 80s to near 90. The records are in the mid-90s for the next day or two, and then lower 90s Wednesday. I just don't see that being reached. We may get close, but it's going to be quite warm. But again, warm without high humidity, so it's important to know. That's will be the case the next 2 to 3 days. Just be careful if you're going to do any type of fire pit weather this weekend. We've started last week. They added about 3 counties on for the fire ban. I think Shelby was one of them as well. I know Oldham was one, and there will likely be more. Jefferson County, by the way, in Kentucky, always has a fire burn ban. It's 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 a year because of the restrictions of the ozone and pollution in the city of Louisville. So it's always been a restrictive issue in Louisville. All right, a few clouds may be passing by at times as we get into the afternoon hours. Otherwise, quiet until we get to Thursday. That's when the front that will be moving in. But you can tell by looking at even at Futurecast, this front just does not seem overly impressive, and that would be the case. It has a little bit of a kick to it as far as providing for some rain, some showers, maybe some thunder, but severe threat. It's just not lined up to be a severe thunderstorm type of scenario for us. There's not a lot of forcing with this. There certainly is going to be a tough time getting a lot of instability just because of timing. This is one of those setups where it's going to be a late Thursday arrival for many of us and very staggered. You can see the front is now a very definitive line, very much a couple of bands really of rain that will be moving through. If there's any chance to get maybe some stronger thunderstorms, I think it'd be more so Friday, and it would be mainly here. East central areas of Kentucky, like the outer wave country, could get a gusty thunderstorm as we get into Friday. But I think for most of us, just because of timing of how it moves in, we would be on the tamer side of that. How much rain will we get at that? I don't know yet. It's too early, but some of the numbers are anywhere from about 1/10 of an inch to as much as about 4/10. So it's not a ton of rainfall. But as I always say, this time of year, especially in a drought, we'll take it. After it moves by, we will then get into the cooler setup. So let me show you that. You can see the warm temperatures. There's the front and rain. Here comes the cool blast. Now, it comes in a couple of waves because there is a block, a Greenland block, over in this area of the Atlantic. Can't draw over in this area. So this low pressure is going to move in, but it's going to dumbbell effect, or kind of retrograde slightly to the southwest, kind of lean backwards briefly to allow for another shot of cool weather. It'll drop down as a band of low clouds and wind Saturday, and that will sink to the south. That will reinforce the cool weather for the majority of Saturday and Sunday. That leads to some challenges, though, on the forecast on highs and lows and wind speed. Right now, the thinking is we'll be mostly cloudy when this drops down from the north, almost like a spaceship of clouds, especially for Indiana. I don't know how far south it'll go, but right on the edge of where you're cloudy and sunny, that's where the strongest of wind likely will take place on Saturday. And I'm talking about gusts of 30 miles per hour. So quite the breezy day on Saturday. Now, once that settles in, I think it may still be breezy as we head into Saturday night. So frost is fairly unlikely for Saturday night because the wind speed has got to get low. It's going to starting to go below 5 miles per hour, and that's going to be tough to do with this kind of setup with low pressure. So it'll be chilly, actually a little bit of a wind chill as we into Saturday night. But it'll be breezy outside, and it does look dry. But that will be the round of cool weather coming our way. Now, Sunday, we'll try to get back out into some sunshine, maybe slow. We'll get there. But it's Sunday night into Monday. We still have some cool weather around. We will have a clear sky and lighter winds. So actually, Sunday night into next Monday morning would feature a better opportunity for a patchy frost scenario. I don't think it's going to be a killing frost, a patchy frost. Yeah, you betcha. It's certainly possible. That lifts away, and we have some modest warming here. You don't see a lot of the oranges and reds that build back in. So it's only just back in the 60s and 70s, building back in before we have another shot of cool weather that will then arrive a few days after that. I'll have more on that coming up on tomorrow's blog. Not sure where that map is there for. Sorry about that. Let me show you the entire 10-day on temps and trends there. You see the front moves in Thursday again, really along and west 65 Thursday daytime, along 65 Thursday night, and east of 65 Friday. So it's kind of just drifting by section depending on where you're at within our 30 counties. And then you see the cool dip of air that'll happen for Saturday and Sunday. Good fall weekend for sure. Whether it's cloudy or not, people are going to be out going crazy with pumpkins. I'm telling you, Hubers is going to be so packed. Get ready and take advantage, too, of these warm days because the Jack-o'-lantern Spectacular begins tomorrow at dusk. And I would take advantage of that before you get into a cool setup this weekend, or you'll be in some longer lines for the weekend because everyone's going to try that idea. Haunted houses will be packed. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then next week, again, just a modest recovery back into the 70s. So there you go. Yes, I will likely be issuing some type of chilly alert for the weekend later this week. It's likely to happen. Guarantee it, actually. Good morning, Scott. Hope you're doing well. Everyone good? Hello, Valerie. All right, everyone sounds good. All right, guys, I'll let you guys be. Enjoy, if you're on fall break, lucky you, enjoy the week and enjoy the warm weather today. Again, I will have more on the longer range setup tomorrow. I've got data coming in tonight. I'll look at that. Tomorrow, we'll talk about how the rest of October is looking. And maybe, just maybe, I'll give a few hints about November as well. Take care. I'll see you on the flip side.